Canadian small business owners are bracing for more pain at the border as the U.S. drops its de minimis exemption.
This is going to have implications for a lot of Canadian businesses.
Okay, so what's the exemption? Well, starting today, all shipments heading to the U.S. will be hit with a 35% tariffs, including goods under $800. Last month, U.S. President Donald Trump promised to eliminate that exemption, that $800 exemption, sending many small business owners scrambling to find ways of avoiding higher operational costs. To break down what this means for small business owners, I'm joined by Kyle Feigenbaum, CEO and co-founder of Healthy Bud. He joins us from Montreal this morning. Good to see you again.
Good morning, Lindsay. Good to see you.
Okay, so the last time you spoke with us, you said, you know what, get ready. This is going to happen. How have you been preparing?
Yeah, well, as you know, the duty-free loophole today is closed. And so that is a big deal for a lot of small Canadian businesses. Fortunately, we've been very proactive in our approach, and we've set up our fulfillment in the USA to be able to ship to U.S. consumers from the USA. Therefore, we don't need to cross the border with the majority of our shipments. Doesn't mean that we're not completely unscathed, but we are set up for success in a way.
Because if you hadn't acted, how would your business be affected today?
Exactly. So today, well, I've heard first things, carriers going across, FedEx, UPS, there's delays like crazy. And that's just the start of it. You're set to pay duties, custom brokerage fees, and taxes, regardless now of the size of your shipment. So even if it's a minimal shipment that's under $800, you're still going to be paying. And what that means is because of the delays, because of the fees, it almost makes it non-sustainable. It really does make it non-sustainable to send product from Canada to the United States. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you're sending a sweater of a value of $60, right? Somebody in the U.S. has bought a sweater off your website in Canada. You're sending that over. That $60 sweater, you're going to incur a $20 duty. Approximately. You're going to have to pay for that in advance, and your U.S. consumer is going to get that product far later than they're expecting it, which really doesn't make you competitive, right. and crushes your margins.
A lot of Canadian businesses are being forced to adjust, just like you guys have done. The Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses says 1/3 of Canadian small business owners will be negatively impacted. What do you think the broader implications are of this?
I think it's huge, and I think now more than ever, it's extremely important for Canadian small businesses to be very carefully looking at the rules and regulations in order to be able to cross. You need to be CUSMA compliant. 35% tariff, if that's hitting your business bottom line. I don't know what business you're in, but we're in the consumer product goods space. We make healthy dog food, and our margins are slim. And so if we're hit with a 35% tariff, it really makes our business not workable. And so you need to make sure that you're CUSMA compliant. You need to make sure that you're crossing the border through commercial means, which allows you to, send a full pallet or send multiple pallets and do one entry, do your brokerage papers properly, pay the duties as need to, and hopefully you're CUSMA compliant and those duties aren't really applicable. But you got to go through commercial means. You got to be shipping properly, and you got to be fulfilling from the U.S. It's a different time. Yeah. And the way we set up our business when we initially started off and we started selling to the U.S., we were able to dip our toes and sort of, say, let's open up our shop, let's open up the website in the U.S. When we get a few $1,000s of orders, we'll fulfill from Canada. But now you can't look at it that way. You got to jump 2 feet in, and you have to have proper fulfillment set up in the USA in order to ship to U.S. customers, because now with the duty-free loophole closed as of today, it's just no longer sustainable.
Yeah, Kyle, it's so tough for so many businesses out there. You got to pivot and then pivot again. Kyle Feigenbaum, CEO and co-founder of Healthy Bud. Thanks for your time this morning.
It's a pleasure, Lindsay. Thanks for having me.
All right.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.